Hey, what's going on, guys? Tonight we're gonna be talking about this. Yeah, my desk. I don't have the most musically oriented setup. And you see a lot of desk videos online, and just like any kind of guitar reviews or cameras or whatever you're into, it's a lot of showboating with all the most expensive stuff that's been given to them by whatever company, like Grove Made or whatever. And I mean, let's be honest, like cool PCs, all that kind of stuff, cool desk setups, they're really hot. I am the destroyer of desks, okay? I cleaned this one up some. Like, this was a mess. So anyway, I'm going to go over like what I've got here and kind of like what I use to, help me make videos or write music and whatnot. We're going to go over it. So we'll try to just live do it here. I got my GoPro out, so we'll mash the two together. So this video, let's just start off with some things here. Mainly the desk. It's this is actually a standing desk. As you can see here, got the controls. I like to stand up when doing some things. It's really good. Ergonomics matter, right? Maybe that's why I play a Strandberg a good third of the time, I guess, maybe more. So it's a standing desk. It's 70 inches long. It is a long desk. As you can see over here where my PC tower is and all that stuff. Lots of real estate for me to destroy. I know a lot of musicians like to get the studio desks and all stuff with the rack spaces and stuff, but really I'm not looking for rack equipment or anything like that. I can basically do everything with plugins or this awesome Kemper over here. We'll get into that stuff in a little bit. All right, so the desk standing, whatnot. There's a filing cabinet down here. Just did that to help clean things up because I wreck everything, and it's just try to keep things organized. Instead of just cables everywhere, which is a mess. And let's not pretend under that desk is completely messy. Whatever. Okay, let's get into some other stuff here on the desk. Number 2 is this Nikon Z30. I've been using mirrorless for a number of years now. The Nikon Z30 is super convenient when I'm recording this angle with. It's just it sits on the desk up on my GorillaPod. And it's awesome. It has a flippy screen. I can see myself. Where my Z6 doesn't have that flippy screen. That's an amazing video camera too. But the convenience factor of the Z30 for the price is fantastic. Highly recommend that camera. Just do the firmware update as soon as you get one. I never really had much of a problem with overheating with it once I updated that firmware. Even has the little light here to say that, hey, I'm recording. Got this red ring around it there. I just use the stock lens. Fantastic little piece of kit. So there's going to be a lot of people out there saying you need this camera, blah, 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 blah. Guess what? Content is king. This camera rules. Yeah, you probably can find something better and do this and that, but this one works great for me. So don't get too caught up on gear. All right, so next up, I have Reaper running here. It's my main DAW for recording any audio for videos, most of the time anyway. This is what I record music with when all my plugins and blah, blah, blah. It's a DAW. I did pay for it. I know a lot of people say, oh, you need to use Pro Tools, you need to use this and that. But guess what? It does not matter at all. In this case, if you're working in studios and you need to know other DAWs, that's great. But Reaper works fantastic for me. To record. Well, we have the Focusrite 2i4, which they don't make anymore. It's a decent interface, but it is not necessarily fantastic. I think there is a couple little problems with it. I should probably upgrade it, but generally speaking, it does the job fine. I think you could probably get a better DI with some things. And where I'm using this Sir SM7B. Gotta move back. Yeah, because I'm recording with that right now. This interface, not hot enough, really. I have to use a cloud lifter with it. The cloud lifter works fantastic, love it. So this isn't hot enough, so this is how I record most of my audio if you see my videos. And that is on this Wicked Rode PSA-1 Boomer. This is where I think you should put some money into these kind of things. It's cool. I don't have a treated room, by the way, so I get a bit of echo and stuff. Especially if like we use the audio from this, we probably hear it a little bit more. SM7B is a little bit quiet, but hey, fantastic microphone. Anyway, also this is a 4K IPS monitor, which is killer. Once you go to 4K IPS, you're never going back. It's just so damn sharp. My little Nissan Skyline dinky car that I got from Japan. It's a police car. It's really cool. Oh, I didn't clean this ticket up. This doesn't help me in the slightest, but this is a it was Beat 80s King Crimson tribute. It was such a good show with Steve Vai, Danny Carey. Oh, I forget who the guy was on the Chapman stick. Oh, he's so good. Tony Levin. That was it. And Adrian Bulow. Fantastic. I went shooting one day. Yeah, I have this list here, and this is one of the videos on my list that I need to do. So I'm trying to cut that off there. So it's just something to have to remind me, like, hey, do a video, do this thing, right? Behind that is the Flamma streaming mixer. I've struggled with live streams with that, but it is fantastic working with Zoom or something. So if you're doing guitar lessons or things like that. Sorry, I haven't done the video yet. It is on the list. I do need to kind of really sit down and kind of revisit that and review it because I think it'd be worth it. See this light up here? That's a small rig light. They come with a little soft box on them. I'm trying to use it to help fill out my face a little bit. Kevin Pumala showed me these. He brought them over one day, and they're the best friggin' lights ever. I really like them. Nobody's paying me to say anything. Everything in this video, I bought myself. But that light is killer. Yeah, the colors in this room. I have a Philips Hue system in here, except the light behind me is another small rig one that's kind of doing the pulsating. But I have Philips Hue. They're in the ceiling. I can switch it up so you can see I can go through the different lights here, which is really neat. So we'll go back to purple for consistency, and I just have this little switch here that just sits on my boom arm, which is killer. Also, there is a light on top of that. Help fill things out too. Just an Amazon jobby. Yeah, and there I have Kali LP6s. I'm not good at mixing, but they're fantastic monitors for the price. Yes, you can do better. Yes, you should treat your room if you're actually trying to do these things. But friends of mine like Philip, who produced the last couple or 3 songs that I've put out, he knows what he's doing, and he just got a set of them, and he's the man when it comes to that. So yeah, here's the desk. All right, this here, the Kemper. You know, there's not a whole lot I can say really bad about it. It's worked out super good. It's a bit of an older unit at this point, but the Kemper, yeah, it's old, but who cares? It sounds awesome, right? Now, when we do production, we may use plugins or something else, but the Kemper, I can plug it into my cabinet, which is my Harley Benton 2x12 vertical vintage. Again, killer cabinet, really like it. I don't really record it, but you know, the thing is with the Kemper is I can plug it into that. It has a power section and all that stuff. If you get a powered one, that is, like I did, you know, you can have that. You can plug it direct into your interface over here. So that's really good too. It offers a lot of things. It can do USB recording and be an interface now. They've updated it a lot. So, I mean, I don't really care what people use, if they want to use plugins or they want to use the Kemper real amps and stuff, but the Kemper works great for me. If I was doing it again, I don't know if I would 100% get the Kemper because technology's moved on, but as for an amplifier, I have no real reason to go out and upgrade that. So it's really cool, right? PC, let's talk about the computer for a minute. That's a built PC. A friend of mine helped me build. It's got a 3050 video card in it. It has a 5600X AMD processor and such. It's probably about a 4-year-old build at this point, but it's super quick, super fast, and I really like it. I've never had a problem. I would probably go Mac, in all honesty, but the only reason I haven't gone Mac is because the Mac tax. I can have a ton of storage in this and add storage to it because it has it's one of those fractal design cases. So I can just add another drive in there if I want. I've got 8 terabytes of storage. It's awesome, right? Records on the wall. No particular order. We have British Steel. We have Rush Power Windows. Rush Power Windows is friggin' awesome. We have Rush, Farewell to Kings. Not because I have anything that I really particularly love about this album, but it's just a record I have and it's up on the wall. Zach, who hasn't been on the channel in a while, made me this thing from Futurama, Planet Express. It looks friggin' awesome. I love it, and he did an amazing job. And Sega, Heads or Tails. Saw this band about 15 years ago live, and fantastic live. All right, bit of a mess. We have Rush tickets. I saw Rush live, and then the Tragically Hip. You know, listen, if you never heard of the Tragically Hip or ever listened to the Tragically Hip, you're missing out. All right, let's jump back over here where I have some actual proper audio. Sorry, this is just a jank video, right? That's what you get. Quality content. Listen, if you're gonna make a desk, if you're gonna do a desk, make sure that, and you're gonna do anything that's kind of productive. You want to do things, be creative, whatever it is, make it as easy as possible. My Kemper is always plugged into my interface. I have a camera always sitting on my desk. Whatever, you don't have to have a Kemper, just plug in an interface, just have the cords there, have the guitars out. That's all you really need to do, is just make it easy for yourself. Yeah, it's not maybe the most pro setup in the world. It's cool, some of it's cheap, like my Amazon mat, it's cheap. You don't have to go crazy and buy everything expensive, but some things are worth putting some money into. You might build your own or whatever. It doesn't have to always be the prettiest setup. It just has to be functional. And try to keep it clean because it feels freaking chaotic when you don't. All right, well, there's a little bit of insight into my desk. You guys can comment below if you want. Anyway, guys, have an awesome rest of your day, and I will see you guys again in the next video. See yas.